Welcome to Keep What You Earn, a show for entrepreneurs and business owners who want to scale and build enterprise value without making costly mistakes. I'm your host, Shannon. I'm a CFO and CPA who left a career serving Fortune 50 companies in Wall Street to help business owners just like you make life-changing wealth with your business. These episodes are meant to be super tactical and actionable, but please remember, consult your own financial professional before you implement anything you learn in this podcast. Now, if you'd be interested in working with us to do so, check out the show notes for more information about our company, Keep What You Earn Co. All right, let's start the show. What just about every business owner wants for their business, for themselves, is the ability to scale or grow profitably to the point where you're cash flowing out of your business, you're paying yourself what you should, and you're growing the value of your business and building a company that's worth something, whether you choose to sell it or you choose to use it as an earnings machine for yourself. You want to have value in the form of the ability to use your business as a cash generator for yourself or for your team or in general. And that doesn't diminish any sort of mission or purpose to your business. Ultimately, your purpose and your mission are fulfilled because you run a profitable cash flowing business that can sustain and have longevity. And what I discovered through several years of working with business owners, of going through exits, of going through acquisitions, of going through all of the different phases and events that business owners go through, that ultimately there is a sort of linear path that you can follow when it comes to what to focus on in your business to grow it to reach that level. And what I have always struggled with is finding a way to distill all of the different things that go into building a scalable, profitable business into something that you can follow, into a model, into a framework, into a set of rules. And I finally did it this year. I finally figured out how to distill that down. And I've run it by several accountants, several professionals, several people who I trust wholeheartedly with telling me if this was not true or if this wouldn't work. And what we've discovered is that we have created a model upon which we really operate as a firm working with our clients, and a model where, kind of like what EOS does for operations, this is like your financial operating system. This is like your model that you use that determines what you should be focusing on in your business right now based on what the numbers are telling you. One of the biggest struggles that I find is that entrepreneurs don't understand what the numbers are telling them. So they don't know how to shift that into decision making. Or really, they know they're not profitable. They know they're not cash flowing. They know that they need help with sales. It feels like everything is burning. And they go, well, what do I do first? This answers that question. So what I want to do is unpack for you in the next several episodes. We're actually going to be going through this the whole month of July. So buckle up. We're going to go through the entire Profitable Scaling Playbook, I've called it. This is the model that we use for scaling businesses. This is the model that I would say is pretty bulletproof in terms of how to grow your business. And we're going to go through it linearly. You know, you've enjoyed these episodes of Keep What You Earn for a while, hopefully. And we've scattered around different topics to keep it a little bit fresh, to keep a variety, and to make sure that we're hitting on different topics that you enjoy and not belaboring any specific points. But in this case, we're actually going to go through the story from chapter 1 through chapter 5 of how to scale a business according to Keep What You Earn. And what I'm excited to do is walk you through this in order. And wherever you happen to stop on the bus here, you know, wherever you happen to relate to these different phases of your business, I want you to understand that that is probably something you should be focusing on. And when I talk about focusing, I talk about spending the majority of your time worrying about this and the minority of your time worrying about other stuff. Okay, so I'm going to walk through the Profitable Scaling Playbook model for you. And then what I want to do is dedicate a couple of episodes to each of the core 5 steps in the playbook. And we're going to talk about the levers to pull. We're going to talk about what you can do if you're at that point in your business and what you should be thinking about, what questions you should be asking. So I'm really excited to dive in. So the Profitable Scaling Playbook follows a model where there are 5 core focus areas, okay?
Hey, did you know that you can actually see my face and watch this episode on YouTube? If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you head over there and you subscribe and check out all of the guest episodes along with some of my solos. We're posting every single week on YouTube. See you there.
And they go in order. The first one we're going to talk about is your core offer profit. Now, core offer profit is, for my jargon people out there, it's gross profit, okay? But we don't say gross profit because people don't know what gross profit is. And gross profit's annoying because people confuse gross and net all the time. So screw that. We're calling it core offer profit, and here's why. Core offer profit is fundamentally, is your offer making you money? Each individual offer. Are you selling something for more than you bought it for? Plain and simple. So if the answer is no, if you think about this like a decision tree, if the answer is no to core offer profit, are you selling something for more than you bought it for? Do not collect $200. We are done. This is not a business, okay? If you are selling a product or service and it costs you more money to deliver it than the money that your customer is paying you, this is not a business. We got to stop and we got to fix that. And this is fixed through pricing. This is fixed through cost management. This is fixed through a variety of things, which we're going to dig into in the future episodes. So core offer profit is first. Once you've established that you have core offer profit, we go into operating profit. Operating profit is what you would consider your broad P&L, right? Your profit and loss report. Operating profit is your net profit, and it is what you have left over after you've taken out all of your operating expenses, the cost to run your business. So while core offer profit answers the question, is my offer profitable? Operating profit answers the question, is my business profitable? And those are very different answers. You can have a profitable offer and not a profitable business. And you could be doing everything right in running your business, but have shitty pricing that's causing you to have bad profit, but it's fixed at the core offer profit level. So in a way, you know, when you fix things in your house, let's say it's a pipe, you have to know where in the pipe the clog is happening, because it's not the whole pipe's fault. It's just we're trying to find where the clog is in the system and be able to clear it out for you. So we go through core offer profit, we go through operating profit. Operating profit is managed through controlling your operating expenses and your overhead, making sure you're operating efficiently. Then number 3, cash flow, one of our favorite words here. Cash flow is different than profit. We've talked about this before on the episodes, but cash flow fundamentally means, are you generating more cash than you are spending? And this is not related to profit. This is beyond profit. Because what cash flow takes into account is other things that affect your bank account besides your profits, like you pulling money out of the company, you putting money into the company, lenders giving you lines of credit and loans, paying back those loans, investors contributing money, paying out dividends. All of these things contribute to your cash balance being up or down, and that's cash flow. Cash flow goes beyond profit to other reasons cash comes in and out of your bank account. So if you have a core offer profit that is positive and in line with industry trends, and it's healthy for your business, great. Operating profit, great. Now we go to cash flow and say, okay, you might be profitable, but are you cash flowing? And again, different answers to those questions. So if you are cash flowing, we then move into step 4. Step 4, customer value. So assuming you have a offer that is profitable, a profitable business, and a cash flowing business, now we need to pour more gasoline on that fire. We need to up the ante. We need to use that money-making machine and put more customers in it. We got to sell. Okay. This is when you hustle and sell, because you know more sales means more profit. You know that when you sell more, your business is healthier. Okay. Sales does not solve every problem. It helps a lot and it can mask problems. But sales will help you, especially if you are at this phase 4 of the playbook, because you will be able to leverage the customer value and build retention and leverage the profit to build retention, to build loyalty, to build up the ability of you to essentially create a recurring revenue offer and get out of selling all the time. So then we focus on really going deep on sales once we know everything is profitable and cash flowing. Now, that doesn't mean you wait until now, wait until you're fully profitable and wait until you're fully cash flowing to start selling. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying this is when you should be focusing on metrics like your customer lifetime value. This is when you should be looking at your ad spend and really regulating that. This is when you should be looking at how your customers behave and actually analyzing that. So once you've established that you have high customer value, you've got good retention, you get a good lifetime value, the cost to acquire customers is low, respective to each individual customer, then what you want to do is you've got essentially a business where you have all of the elements it takes to build enterprise value. Now, enterprise value, the way I define it, is basically the value of your business as an asset that you could sell or that you could use as your own asset to generate income for yourself. And this is really the point you want to get to. This is kind of like the pinnacle of your business. Now, a lot of people, by the way, the vast majority of you listening, will need to be focusing on maybe step 2, step 3. And that's normal. You might be in step 2 or step 3 for years trying to figure out how to cash flow your business. This does not happen in a week. This is not a quick process. The idea is that this provides you a framework on what to focus on when and what problem to uncover first, what order to examine your business in. And I think this is super helpful because as you build enterprise value, you can unlock new discoveries, new growth within each of these areas and learn something new about your business, make decisions based on these, etc. So when we talk about building enterprise value, which is really step 5, building enterprise value means not only maximizing cash flow, profit, and all those things, but it also means minimizing risk. And this is where the whole mantra of keep what you earn comes in. We're talking about earning. And when I say keep what you earn, I mean retain that profit, build that cash flow, pay yourself, and create enterprise value that will serve you for a lifetime. And then some. Risk management is a key piece of this because you need to make sure that you are not the one table leg holding up the whole business, that the whole business is not reliant on you as the founder, and that you are building the right team, the right structure, the right processes that will help you keep more of what you earn and that will minimize your risk of missing out on opportunities or losing money due to just inherent risks of your business, insurance, and so on. All of this stuff, the risk management aspect is all baked into enterprise value building. But also you have to be thinking about, am I building a scalable, profitable business that somebody would buy? Is it transferable? Can you transact this business? Can you sell it without you attached to it? If the answer is no, if you can simply not take a couple weeks off without the business essentially crumbling, we are not there yet. And that's what you should be focused on, is building a business that is all of these things financially, profitable, cash flowing, all the things, high customer value. At the point that you have all of that built up, that's when enterprise value comes into play, where you can maximize it by minimizing risk, building the right systems and processes. So what I want to do is share with you in these upcoming episodes a bit more about each of these 5 layers, these 5 phases, whatever we want to call them, of the Profitable Scaling Playbook. And I want to give you more insights into how we unlock growth within each phase, how we would measure success or failure in each area, and what tools are available to you to get you from one to the next. That's what we're going to focus on in the upcoming episodes. But I wanted to give you a high-level overview of the playbook, and we'll be constantly referring back to this episode for you to listen to refresh on exactly what different components we have here. So just to recap, we got core offer profit, we got operating profit, we got cash flow, we got customer value, and we got enterprise value. We are going to be talking about all 5 of those all month long, and I would love to chat with you about this even more. So if you are on Instagram, come find me at Shannon K. Weinstein. If you're on LinkedIn, come connect with me. I would love to hear if these episodes are helpful for you, which one is resonating for you in terms of what phase you believe your business is in. And I would love to help you get to the next level. I would love to help you build enterprise value And if we can do that for you, we have these things called power sessions where we can actually work with you, sit down, go through any of these deliverables that we're going to go through, and be able to help you unlock that next level of growth. I would love, love, love to talk to you about that. Check out the link in the show notes to learn more about that. And I will see you on the upcoming episodes.
So profitability is one thing, but cash flow is what truly keeps your business running smoothly. It's not just about how much you make, it's about how much you can actually use to sustain and grow and maintain that cash in your control. When you book a power session with me, we can take a look at your payment cycles, your transaction timing, and your personal cash needs to make sure you're staying ahead of the curve. Managing cash flow is a constant process, but one of the most important pieces of the puzzle for a successful business. Find out more information about a power session with me to do your cash flow forecast in the show notes.